Hello, everybody. It's Ryan from Pi Records, and I'm here with Merrick from Bachata Surf. How are you doing, Merrick?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm very good. Thanks for having me. Happy to be here. I should be working right now, but I'd rather be here having this interview.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Uh, so I want to dive right in, and I want to say you guys are right outside of San Diego,
Yeah, yeah.
and you're from the
San Diego,
band.
North County.
Yeah, and you're from the band Bachata Surf. Now, um, I got suggested to check you guys out from Instagram, and I thought I was going to get like a more traditional surf sound, but you guys have a very eclectic uh, mix of I want to say inspirations or
Styles.
yeah,
Yeah.
styles. You want to talk about describe your music for our listeners?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's totally the idea to come up with a new sound, bring something new to the table. Uh, just like grab different genres from all over the world and putting them together. And it makes sense for us because we are an eclectic band. Half of the band is from Caracas, Venezuela, where I'm from, and the other three members of the band are from San Diego. So we are bringing sounds from the Caribbean, sounds from South America, and living here in Southern California, of course, we wanted to combine it with surf guitars, reverb, and sounds like you know punk rock and beach goth and all that stuff, and try to create a new sound. Also, influences very important from northern Mexico. Movimiento sonidero sounds and cumbia and tribal and all that stuff. So it's a big melting pot of sounds.
Yeah, definitely. I really like the Mexican and South American mixtures of surf with I would guess it would be traditional uh music from Venezuela, and Colombia has really good stuff. Or not Colombia, Brazil. Um and it's just refreshing when you hear something new. Um where did you get the idea for all this?
Okay, so it was very like spontaneous and experimental. Um, so my friend Gordo, who should be in this interview, but unfortunately he couldn't make it. He's the guitar player, and he's been the band leader of this punk rock band called Embalmers,
Hmm.
and they're pretty well known in Oceanside and the San Diego punk rock scene. Um, and then one day I saw him skating at the pier by the beach, and I was like, "Hey, Gordo, I just got this new V drum set from Roland, an electronic drum set, so I could play in my apartment without bothering anyone." And I told him, "Why don't you come over and we can jam?" And right at the same time, he was looking for a new drummer. I don't know exactly what happened with the other members of Embalmers, but they weren't playing together at the time. So it's like, yeah, let's jam out and see if you can play with us. So we started playing, we started jamming, and we started playing punk rock, and some of his songs. And I eventually became a drummer for the Embalmers for a while. And as we were practicing, I just for fun, I set up the sounds for Latin percussion on the V drums, and I just started playing the same riffs Gordo was doing for the punk rock sounds. I started incorporating like conga sounds and timbales and bongos and all that stuff, and started creating the Latin rhythms and traditional marchas with a punk rock guitar. So he'd be playing something like damn, 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 and I'd be like, and then I started doing stuff like and then incorporating a bell, and a charrasca. So this whole new cadence came out, and we liked it a lot. It was like more dancey, but still had the punk rock vibe and the dark macabre sound to it.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much how the whole thing started. And then he started adapting the sound of his guitar and the melodies and the riffs to that type of rhythm. And the surf guitar with reverb came out, and it sounded really good with that type of rhythms. So it made sense, and we were like, why don't we start a new project parallel to the Embalmers, and see, what happens. It was just uh, guitar and drums at the time. And then the bass player for the Embalmers started playing with us. And every time we had a show, we would like open for ourselves with the other project. So to like kind of introduce it and see how the crowd would respond. And, at first it was all instrumental and kind of weird, but people seemed to like it. So we had this weird short set of like kind of Latin music, and then the punk rock show to a crowd that wasn't really expecting that kind of music for that type of show. But
Yeah.
we had a positive response, especially the girls liked it a lot. It was more dancy.
Yeah.
So we decided to take the project further, and then he was like, let's write lyrics, and he wanted me to write them in Spanish. It's my mother language, so he also speaks some Spanish. But we started coming up with like titles and a little verses here and there. But it was really hard for us to sing while playing, because Latin rhythms are something else, And we were
Yeah.
just like kind
Yeah.
of learning to adapt to play it, and then singing on top. It was like kind of hard. And I've never sang in my life, so he was like, "You're gonna have to sing, man. You're gonna have to learn how to do this." And eventually, I did. And then we incorporated three more members. So two girls. One is my wife. The other one is another really good friend of ours that lives in the same complex where we live. And her husband started playing percussion with us, like bells and charrascas, maracas, and all that stuff. So from three members, we became six, and then we had girls singing and dancing, and also bringing up good ideas, and also lyrics and titles for the songs. So, we started having verses and choruses, and eventually we had like 10 to 12 songs that were enough to put up a good show.
Yeah, that must be quite a show having everybody on stage like that. Six-member group, it must have a lot of energy. Coming from what I've heard, can we see any of these videos on YouTube or Facebook of you guys playing?
There is a little bit of us playing in our Instagram page. Um, we hadn't had the chance to have many live shows, and they were all so like spontaneous, and the sound wasn't so good. So we don't have that much good material of us playing live. But there is some stuff on Instagram that you can look at. And I forgot to mention that after discovering all these Latin rhythms sounds on my drum kit, I decided to play real congas and real timbales. So
Oh,
I got me a set of real drums, and started playing the congas while playing the kick and the hi-hat with my feet.
wow.
And for the hi-hat, I would put like a cowbell sound, or like electronic claps, and it would like give it a new like traditional, but at the same time electronic and modern sound.
Yeah.
So a lot of it's all accidental, and it just happened to work, and we just have a lot of fun doing it. I don't want to say we came up with like a new genre or anything, and there's so many bands that have tried to put together these different types of genre, but I think we were able to achieve a pretty original
Yeah.
sound, which I
There's-
like.
Speaking of those hand claps, there's that song in Kill Bill, from the RZA, with really the really rhythmic hand claps. I don't know if you have you seen the movie.
Yeah, but I don't quite remember that
It's
song or that
it's a
part.
song that plays with Lucy Liu and Uma Thurman when they're fighting. It's kind of funky, but the hand claps are more. I don't want to say, I don't know, maybe Latin style. Um, it's a really
Yeah.
cool, song. You should check it out. Um, it's not quite
Is it
what
more
you
like a
do, but
flamenco type of clap? Like,
yes, yes,
okay, okay.
yeah, it's
Well,
really
yeah,
cool.
that's very from Spain. Flamenco type of that. Of course, it was incorporated into Latin culture, but I was referring more to like the electronic clap, like
Oh, okay,
you hear sometimes in hip hop and stuff like that.
yeah,
So techno merengue, which is like very dancey Latin music, uses that sound a lot. That clap, clap, clap to
okay,
accent certain parts of the song and make it super dancey. So I was able to incorporate that into my drumming, and just people loved it.
awesome. I get where you're coming from now. So
Yeah.
last year you came out with a song. I think it's about the pandemic, and it's kind of like a PSA a little bit. You want to talk about how that came about?
Okay, so that's we decided to try some covers from the Embalmers band and made them into a Bachata Surf style, using the same structure of the song and the lyrics. So that was actually originally a song from the Embalmers called World War Z, referring
The
to the
zombies?
Generation Z and
Oh, okay.
the zombies and all that stuff.
Yeah,
And then at the same time, the pandemic hit, and we were like, why don't we call it World War C, for Corona?
yeah,
And the lyrics and the structure of the song worked for something like that. So we changed the name to World War C, and then we incorporated a lot of like samples of like all the stuff you started to hear at the beginning, from people that were like warning everybody, the the conspiracy theorist.
yeah,
There's like the president, all the press conferences, all these different things that you could hear from all over. We wanted to put it together in a
yeah.
song, and yeah, it was fun doing it.
It's
And
almost
it's
it's
we
almost
did it
like
like pretty close to when the whole thing started.
oh, okay. It's almost like a cinematic experience, kind of like you're in a movie.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
what
yeah,
is that what you were going for?
yeah. We were definitely trying to think about the future and try to uh, interpret what was going on at the time, and if somebody hears it in like 10 years, they could have a pretty good idea what it felt like to be in those crazy months where nobody knew
Yeah,
what was going to happen, or everybody was scared, and everybody was like listening to all these crazy theories about the whole thing. So we I was afraid that people were gonna like forget about listening to the music and just listen to the samples. So it was a challenge to like find the right
yeah,
amount of like information and talk stuff and combine it with the music.
yeah. I still coming off of that, I still think it's a good way to document the times, with like a soundtrack, like the music, because the music is really good too.
Thanks.
It's not just information, but it's a good solid song. Um, and I think that's what'll grab people's attention, the song, and then they get a message out of it.
Right on, man. I'm so stoked that you appreciate that. Put a lot of effort into it, and we
So
can't wait to play it live.
I would love to see you guys in Philadelphia.
Oh wow, that'd be so cool, man.
Yeah, totally. Um, so you have some new things coming up, right?
So yeah, we just released a new single this weekend. It's already available. It's a song about ICE, immigration, custom, and enforcement.
Yep.
It's a faster song. It incorporates like fast techno merengue, like mambo violento type rhythms, and at the same time is it's very punk rock in the sense that it talks about social justice and brings out a very controversial subject, which is ICE and immigration
Yeah.
in these modern times, and the way they treat people and immigrants. So we wanted to put a song together about that, and it's called Aguas con el Ice, which in Spanish has a double meaning because in Mexico, especially, when you say aguas, like agua means water in
Yep.
Spanish,
Yep.
agua, right? So when you say aguas, it means watch out. I believe it came from the times where people would like throw water out the balconies, that
Oh
you
yeah.
didn't use anymore. So people were like, "Oh, aguas, watch out." So
Yeah.
that word to watch out for whatever danger. And so the song is called Aguas con el Ice, which means watch out with ice, but at the same time means turn ice into water, or like melt the
Ah,
ice.
interesting.
So yeah, in Spanish, it's a very good title. And yeah, it's out there, man. You can listen to it on Spotify, iTunes, all that stuff, YouTube. And we're working on making a little video about it.
Awesome. I can't wait to
Yeah,
see
man.
it
It's just
from what you. I could only imagine how cinematic that would be. I hate to use that word again, but I could see the visuals that you would use for that, just by the work you've done so far.
yeah, we live really close to TJ. It's the biggest border in the world, the most transited border in the world. So there's a lot of stuff going on there, and we go there all the time. And we've been trying to like shoot some good footage of immigrant camps and the law enforcement over there, and the whole border scene, which is very unique and interesting.
Did you get to talk to anybody?
Yeah, with some of the, I don't know, call them refugees or just like immigrant people that are just like living off the streets in these camps by the border. Yeah, we were able to interview a couple of them, and but it's not. We don't want to make a documentary. We just want to make
Yeah.
a cool music video that brings out some, uh, you know, just exposure to that whole scene.
Yeah. I would say a lot of people don't really know, even though they see things on the news, that they don't really know what's happening.
Oh, of course. A lot of people have no idea
Yeah. And
how poorly people are treated by this enforcement.
yeah. Um, so where can people find your music? Do you have a record label that's putting your stuff out? Or are you putting it out yourself?
This is very do it yourself. I would say that Gordo, the guitar player, is like the only guy that has been very, his experience with the whole music uh, projects and recording all that stuff. The rest of us are very inexperienced. This is very new for us. I'm learning how to record properly, how to mix properly, um, and then of course, we have to like design our covers and do our videos. Everything is done by ourselves. I'm a graphic artist. Some other members of the band are also artists. So we're a good collective to put out good stuff. It's just a matter of time and money and yeah, time and money.
That's that.
But
That seems like
we have a lot of songs. We have a lot of songs. We just need to like finish recording them properly to find the right sound and mix them right. And so we want to put out something that sounds good.
yeah. Have you
We
guys
don't
been
want
able to
to.
get together?
So like I said, half of the band lives together in the same house. So we practice weekly. But the other guys, they've been kind of paranoid about the COVID, and we just dedicated the time mostly to produce some of the songs and recordings and videos.
Okay,
But everybody's getting vaccinated, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna start playing again all together as a band.
awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
Is there anything I might have left out, or like you would like to add before we sign off?
um, mm, no, I mean maybe invite people to explore more the sounds of. I'm referring mostly to people in North America.
Yeah,
Explore more the sounds of the Caribbean, and listen more to like merengue, bachata, reggaeton, mambaton, and all the Afro-Cuban rhythms and all that good stuff that happens over there, and also the music from Mexico. I mean, there's so much good music coming from the northern side of Mexico. Well, that's the stuff I'm more exposed to. But yeah, it's so interesting, and I want to do something like what was done in New York in the '70s with salsa, where all these amazing cats from all over got together and created a whole new sound. That's I love that kind of you know uh, syncretism, musical syncretism, where you brings cultures and people together, and you only get good things from that, good, new sounds and new experiences. So I just want to invite people to uh, explore more of that part of the world.
that's uh, it's a great way to explain that.
Yeah.
All right, I
Cool.
want to thank you very much, Merrick. I love your music, and I was very happy to talk to you and meet you. And I can't wait to see those videos when they come out. And I'm gonna check out the new tune. And
Thank you.
I'm really excited about the videos because I think you're gonna be awesome.
Yeah, we're working on an animated video that is gonna be a lot of stop motion, a lot of cutting and pasting, manually.
Yeah,
But it's gonna be really sick, man.
awesome.
And
Thank.
I'll let you know when it comes out.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Thank you so much, Merrick. Have a great day.
Thank you, Brian. Hey, you too, man. Take it easy, and I'll keep on checking your podcasts.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, man. Take care.